take a stand for your family. Now, first off, whether you believe it or not, everybody came to this earth in families. Okay, so you've got some kind of family. Now, this could be talking about your future family as well, because I realize some of you don't have families right now. But if you'll just take a stand here, it's going to affect every other area of your life in a positive way. Because one of the greatest threats that we face right now, it's not actually a terrorist attack. It's an attack on our homes. And the enemy, the adversary, would love nothing more than to ruin your life with your husband, your wife, your significant other, your parents, your children. Because too many homes right now, they're being destroyed through, like I talked about last week, strife, contention, lack of commitment, wrong priorities, and frankly, a bad attitude. So we got to fight for our families. We got to fight for our sons. We've got to fight for our daughters. We've got to even fight for our spouses. And we've got to fight for our families. Because my belief is if you will fight, then God will fight. Think about it. Solomon started off his day by praising and encouraging his wife. Men, especially you, imagine how your relationships would improve if you actually started complimenting your wife. And I realize that not everybody out there you could compliment 1,000 times a day is a words of affirmation person, but for anyone, a compliment is better than criticism, right? Like you see some women, they haven't had a compliment in years, not because they're undeserving, but because they're not appreciated. In fact, some men are like, look, I told you when we got married that I loved you, and if anything changes, I'll let you know. Many men are no longer opening doors for their spouses. Like, just open it yourself. Ask yourself, am I complaining all the time? Am I telling my spouse what they're not doing right? Or are you doing like Solomon? You're blessing and encouraging and uplifting your spouse when you talk about the good. And when you talk about the good, you draw out the good. If you talk about the negative, you're going to draw out the negative. That's the truth. It is completely up to you as a husband. You've got to understand that your wife needs your blessing of her. She needs your approval. And this is not a suggestion. This is a need. They need your blessing. They need your approval. It is a necessity. Just ask the wives out there. Like, your wife should feel confident. Your wife should be secure and feel secure, beautiful, radiant, healthy. Like, you should see it in their smile. Now, a lot of people, they talk about the Proverbs 31 woman. And the writer of Proverbs praised his wife. He praised his children. He rose up. He blessed his children. When a husband praises and blesses his wife, his children are more likely to follow that example. Now, how a man treats his wife is going to have a profound impact on how his children will respect and honor their mother. Do you realize that, and I've said this for years, that the 10 Commandments, the only one that has a promise attached to it is to honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long in the land. That's pretty powerful, okay? Husbands or future husbands, your daughter will more than likely marry someone just like you. And you're like, oh man, that's not a good thing. Like, would you approve of that? Marrying somebody like yourself? Would you want your daughter marrying somebody just like you? Because if you're so hard-nosed, you're disrespectful, you speak rude and hurtful things to your spouse, don't be surprised if your daughter gravitates towards somebody with the exact same characteristics. I've seen it firsthand. Now, for the moms out there, I'm not just beating up the dads or the husbands, okay? Moms, wives, you need to treat your husband the way that you want somebody to treat your sons. Now, I know for some of you, you're probably saying, but Brandon, you don't know my husband. And you're right. I don't know your husband. But we still need to strive to set the example for our children to see. We need to model the example. And you men, open the dang car door for your wife, for goodness sake. Open the door for them before some other man opens the door. Give them a rose before somebody else does. Tell them that you love them before somebody else does. I heard somebody say, if a man ever opens the car door for his wife, he's either got a new car or a new wife. So perhaps that's what's going on with some of you right now. We got to return to a society that encourages men to respect and honor women, right? Respect and honor women. Like some of you right now, you're like, man, amen, right? I mean, to me, this is the real flex. Your children, your family, that's the flex. That's what makes you a man. You need to make sure that you affirm your children because you can have this incredible influence over them. Look at each child and say it as often as you can. This is something I'm working on right now. I'm so proud of you. I think that you are great. There is nothing that you can't do. See, your children need your approval. You are helping them to form their identity of who they're going to be. And so they're either going to have a positive self-esteem or a negative one based upon our affirmations of them. Because no amount of success in my career and in my business can make up for failure at home. If you fail in the home, you fail in life. I've seen some men and women accomplish great things out in the business world. That's wonderful. But it has been at the expense of the children. What good does it do? Think about it. To have a 6, 7, 8-figure trading account. You get to the top, you realize that your family is no longer with you. Our children are looking for our direction and guidance. And so we have got to literally fight for our children every day because they are being attacked. If we fight for them, then God will fight for us. No weapon formed against us will prosper. Look, I want to be successful just like you guys. I want to win just like you. I want to smash through the ranks just like you. But today, I want you to start taking a stand for your family. I want you to fight for your families because there is an attack on the family. The adversary is breaking up families. He doesn't want people to be together. That's the truth. God said that we have to fight to protect our families. That means that we have to take a stand. We plant our flags, right? We stand for our families. Many are putting in so much time into their work. They're putting so much time into their careers, which is great. But we need to start putting quality time into our families. We have got to step up. We have got to take a stand. I hope that I have given value to you guys today. Okay? I hope that this has been helpful. Some of you needed to hear this message today. I want you to know that sincerely, genuinely, that I care about you guys. I want you to accomplish your dreams. I want you to accomplish your goals. I want them to become a reality in your life. But I also want you to keep your family together in the process. Let's make it happen. This is your host, Brandon Boyd. I hope that you guys have an absolutely amazing day. We will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk soon.